Hello, and welcome back to the Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony Tias. We broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel throughout social media. We'll get you out of here before the top of the hour, give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the Drive-Thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Deliver live free sports rates for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and deliver those winners at professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. So let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, got a full group today. Kirk Stuart with us, Jovan Burts, Big Eye McMordie, Rod Zawacky, Brian Bitler, Kevin Thomas, Jay Briggs, and Dana will sign in momentarily. Here's how they'll line up for this evening. McMordie, Briggs, Stewart, Burts, Bitler, Thomas, Zawacky, Lane. Then I will close this one out. All right, baseball on the board tonight. 15-game card beginning in about half an hour. Let's get the show underway. Welcome in Big Al McMordie. Catch him over at Pick Dog Stream. We'll bring Big Al right now with baseball coverage to start the show. Yeah, it'll be baseball throughout the show, I should say. Big Al, what's going on?
Not much, Tony. How are you?
I'm doing great. All right, here we go. We're going to take a look here at this Guardians and Phillies game going off here in about half an hour. We see the Phillies favored $1.83, total of 8.
Yeah, Christopher Sanchez is going to get the start for the Phillies, and he's having a very nice year, 7-5 with a 2.97 ERA and a 1.23 WHIP in his 19 starts. But when one digs deeper into that record, we see that there's a huge home-road dichotomy. On the road, he's actually been poor. He's gone 1-4 with a 5.23 ERA and a 1.74 WHIP. But at home, he's been spectacular, 6-1 with a 1.50 ERA and a 0.90 WHIP. And the good news, of course, tonight is that he will be home, at Citizens Bank Ballpark, and he'll also be facing a Cleveland Guardians team who have never faced him before. So I always feel that advantage goes to the pitcher when he's facing the hitters for the first time. And then also when you look at Sanchez, when you look at his career numbers, he's been much better under the lights than in his daytime starts. At night, he's compiled a 3.26 ERA in 39 appearances compared to a 4.66 ERA in 21 day games. So I think he's going to be in a really good position today. And of course, Philadelphia's been a sensational team at home this season, 37-15. Plus 10.1 net games on the money line. The Phillies on the road have actually burned money. They're 26-22, but they're down 3.85 net games on the money line. So this sets up well for the home team here. I'm going to take the Phillies.
All right, Big Al already says go ahead and take the Phillies here in this one against the Guardians. Yeah, it really does when you look at how well the Phillies have played at home this year. A really good home team as 37-16. And boy, this Guardians team has really tanked here on the road. Has been struggling here. We're losing 10 of their past 13 and struggling at the plate.
Yeah, and also, they're going to start Ben Lively, and he's also been poor away from home. When you look at what he's done in Cleveland this season, he's 5-1 with a 2.66 ERA, but away from home, those numbers collapse, and he's 3-5 with a 4.27 ERA. Away from Cleveland. So he's also been a much better home pitcher, similar to Sanchez.
All right, here we go. Big Al on the Phillies here and laying the price against the Guardians. All right, Big Al, let's take a look over at Pick.com for tonight's action. Full card today, 15 games from Major League Baseball. Big Al having a great 2024 Christmas in July. What do you have going over at the site?
Canadian football again. Yesterday we did cash our big play on the under. And I've got now side and total winners for tonight's game. I also have already posted the winner for tomorrow's Saturday's CFL game. Then I'll also be in action on Sunday. I've won my last 5 CFL plays in a row, so go in for winners 6 and 7 in a row today on Friday. Passing in baseball today. By the way, I did want to mention we did talk yesterday, briefly about college football over-unders and the rule change last year. So I went back and looked just to see how the season, was last year. And the overs actually came in 405 to 376. So even with the new rule change, the overs, were better than the unders. But regardless, you couldn't make any money betting on the overs or betting on the unders after the juice, is 405 and 376.
There you go, from Big Al McMordie. Maybe he's gone the rule changes because we talked about the rule changes in NFL with the kickoff. We'll see how that rolls, as Big Al said, baked in the cake.
It's like when you think about it, the CFL has completely different rules than the NFL. The rules are different across all these different leagues. It's just, from my perspective, it just doesn't matter. It all gets baked in.
There you go, from Big Al McMordie. All right, Big Al. Of course, it's in July right now, up on the board right now, 1 year all sports pass reduced.
Yeah, I've knocked $500 off, and then if you use the code, what is it? Is it PICK, P-I-C-K at checkout? Yeah, then you get an additional 15% off. So it comes out to be like something like $800 off the price. It's a steal. And folks joined last year. Obviously, their Christmas in July special is wrapping up at the end of the month, but they would have been up, $47,000 after the juice if they bet $1,000 a game. So it's quite a bargain, and I do welcome anyone to resubscribe if they were with me throughout the last year, or of course, if you weren't, then join for the first time. It'd be great to have anyone's business.
That's right, guys. So get on board with Big Al McMordie, get that 1 year all sports pass, and use the promo PICK at checkout. Significant savings there. Get on board. All right, Big Al, as always, great having you show. Have a great night. We'll catch up with you next week, but we can always catch up with you here with your all access video series and on occasional visits on the weekend show.
Yeah, and if folks are high rollers, if they want to join the All Access Club, they can text Big Al to 702-769-0404. One of the benefits of being an All Access Club member is you get additional plays that don't go to the regular clients, and you get all the games rated from 10-star down through 1-star. But you must bet between 1 and 10,000 a game to qualify. If you do, just text Big Al to 702-769-0404.
You do make that text or call. It's within your price range. Get that all access with Big Al. All right, Big Al, have a great weekend.
Thanks,
we'll catch
Tony.
up with you next week.
Thank you. Good luck as always.
You as well. Big Al McMordie here on the Drive to. Let's continue here on the show, guys. We'll flash that chat pick of the day. This is not covered on the show tonight. Red Sox and Yankees. If you like the Yankees, letter A. B for the Red Sox. C going over. D going under. This is our chat pick of the day. We'll be tracking this throughout the show, guys. So we'll let you in on who the chat will pick for today's game featured game tonight here on the show. Let's see if we've got any early ones coming in. Not yet, but I'm sure they'll be popping in shortly. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. Jay Briggs up next. Catch him over here at Pick Dogs Premium Morning Show as well. We'll get Jay here ready to roll. Jay, what's going on?
Tony T, what's happening, my man? How you doing?
Doing great. All right, here we go. Dodgers, Astros, pretty good series. Open it up here. Dodgers hitting the road. LA, the dog here. Astros, $1.20, total 8.5.
Hey, man, you hit the nail right on the head. This is a huge series coming up. We have here this weekend, probably one of the best. We know what the Astros have been in the American League the last couple seasons. We know the damage they've done. And the Dodgers, they've consistently been one of the best teams and arguably have probably the most household names on their team this season. So it's going to be a hell of a series. What we're looking at here, the Astros, well, they start the season off completely terrible. And look at them now here right after the All-Star break. They're first in the AL West. So we knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. Even as an Astros hater, we knew that this team was going to be in the mix of things when it mattered most late in the season in baseball. Hey, they have played well, but I don't like the spot for the Astros today, man. I am an Astros hater, and I am fading them boys today. But the reason I really am doing so, they're coming out of two big ballparks. They're coming out of Seattle. They're coming out of Oakland. Coming out of Oakland, they really didn't play that well in this series. The A's were playing extremely well in the moment and kind of still are, but I think right now, man, is a slick spot to fade Houston, man. I know that the Dodgers as a dog hasn't been that profitable. This season hasn't been profitable at all. But in this one, a legitimate 50-50 game, fading a 50-50 team like the Houston Astros, taking the hotter team, playing the better baseball, and the Dodgers, who have looked really good since coming out of the All-Star break. Getting plus money doing so, Tony T, I got to do it, man. I'm on the LA Dodgers.
All right, Jay, going to take the Dodgers here, plus 110. Of course, the Dodgers had struggles there on the road of late. But again, this might be like last year, right? We talked about this, I think, with the capper a few days ago, where the Dodgers kind of limped into the first half of the season and then just soared after the All-Star break.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm seeing from them right now. I have to give credit where credit is due. The Red Sox were playing really good baseball heading into the All-Star break. They got swept in LA, and I think a lot of people kind of swept that under the rug. They handled business against the San Francisco Giants. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Dodgers right now. We saw Kershaw was back yesterday, so that means the rotation is going to get better as the season progresses, which I think is really their biggest problem, and the injury bug that's kind of hit them in certain spots. But watch out for the Dodgers. Watch out for the Dodgers, man. And I think in a spot like this tonight, a value spot, get them at plus money, sign me up.
Yeah, you still got to respect that that first four: Ohtani, Smith, Freeman, Hernandez, Teoscar. They're pretty good. That bottom of the lineup's got to produce, though. They just got Nick Ahmed at a shortstop there in a trade. Again, one of those guys they pull off waivers. I'm always nervous about those waiver guys that come off waiver. Boy, they throw them right into the starting lineup today.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they fare here. We know who Framber is. We're not running from who Framber is. He's the better starting option in this game. But I think the Dodgers full course to be able to get to him and probably get to the bullpen as well. So I got to attack the plus money here.
Gonna take the plus money here with LA against the Astros tonight, 8 Eastern time. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick.com for tonight's action. Full board today from baseball. 15 games on the board. First pitch in about 20 minutes. Jay enjoying a great 2024. 1,338 units of profit. All documented over at Pick Dogs. Freeman, what do you have going over at the site?
Money making Friday, heading into a money making weekend, man. You guys can hop on my 3-pack that I have today, which is my 3 favorite plays on this huge baseball card on a Friday. Or you can hop on a weekend pass, get every single play that I'm offering over the weekend here in the dog days of summer. Low key though, dog days of summer, they're almost over as football is right on the horizon, man. It's almost here. So best thing to do is we're still here in July. Hop on that Christmas in July, man. You get every single play that I release for the entire season to this exact date today if you scoop it up right now, including the NBA. Y'all know what we do in the NBA. We don't even got to talk too much. NFL on the horizon, college football, everything's coming up, man. So great time to hop on that and get a great value for your buck as we continue to try to keep the crap out of the books.
That's right, guys. Got to roll Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs. You see great results here from Jay for 2024, over 1,300 units of profit. You can verify those. Just go to Jay's handicapper page, pick history there, verify all the numbers. All right, Jay, as always, great having your show. Have a great night. We'll catch up with you next week. But we can also catch up with you on the weekends. You host the weekend shows here on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel.
Of course, I'll be there tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Central Time, my time. That's where I go by. But that's the time we'll be live, as we always are. You can catch us there, man. It'll be a great show, per usual. I haven't seen who's going to sign up. They usually kind of sign up late, but they'll be there. I'll be there. We'll break down. There's 16 games tomorrow in Major League Baseball.
16 games, yeah. Rockies and Giants, a doubleheader. So there'll be 16 games there from baseball to talk about. Also, there'll be some Olympic basketball going on as the game is going. But we'll see. It's a pretty good date. It's actually a pretty good group stage tomorrow with a lot of contenders. Well, let's face it, if you got into the Olympics, you're a contender. These would be some of the teams that would probably the U.S. face in the knockout stages.
Right. So definitely, I'll try to talk about a little Olympics tomorrow. I love my hoops, so talk about it all, man, and we'll have some fun.
You got it. All right, Jay, have a great night.
Appreciate you, Tony T. See you soon.
You got it. Jay Briggs here on the drive-thru. Let's continue here on the show, guys. Chat pick of the day today will be Yankees and the Red Sox, not covered on the show, so we're asking the chat to pick it right now. Split results right now, single on each side, the Yankees and Red Sox. All right, let's continue on here. Kirk Stuart up next. Catch him over at Pick Dog Stream. We'll bring Kirk in right now. We're ready to roll here with the baseball on the board, attacking this 15-game schedule. So I'll bring Kirk here. I think we'll be ready to roll here in just a second. All right, let's see here. Kirk is ready to roll. Kirk, what's happening?
Not much. How are we doing today?
Doing great. All right, here we go. Major League Baseball opening this series, opening up Mariners and White Sox. We see the Mariners favored $1.69. The total is sitting at 7.
Yeah, I'm going to look at this one a little bit differently. I mean, two of the worst 3 scoring teams in terms of in the MLB right now, in the Mariners and the White Sox. The Mariners score 28th most runs per game, and the White Sox score the least runs per game in the MLB. The Mariners also allow the least runs per game in the MLB. And 2 actually very good pitchers on the mound this season. Jorge Kirby, 3.2 ERA, and Drew Thorpe, 3.03 ERA. Drew Thorpe has a 1.47 July ERA across his last 3 starts, and 5 of his last 7 starts have gone under the game total of 7.5. And the White Sox have a 61.2% home under rate, which is the 4th highest in the MLB. 5 of the last 6 games for the White Sox have gone under 7.5, and 7 of the last 8 games for the Mariners have gone under 7.5. The Mariners and the White Sox both cannot score runs, and I think this is a no-brainer. I got to go with under 7.5, under 7, whatever the line's at. Do your line shopping, but this is the play.
All right, this one here, White Sox Mariners under 7. And of course, Thorpe, a pitcher that's going at least 6 innings, so you won't have to stomach too much of the bullpen here for the White Sox, but again, the Mariners bat's just ice cold.
Yeah, that's the one thing that scares me about this game total is the White Sox bullpen. But Thorpe's gone into these games deep enough where I think the game under is pretty safe here. And the Mariners, as you said, they're ice cold, pretty much have been for the last month and pretty much all season. But they're still above 500 thanks to them allowing the least runs per game in the MLB. So I'm expecting another under in this one.
Yeah, that's the beauty of playing Mariners unders. They can't score, but the pitching staff does a pretty good job keeping it. Or else they look like the White Sox. They look like the White Sox like if the White Sox had the Mariners pitching, the White Sox would be over 500. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what happens when you get that type of pitching. You get great pitching with horrible offense. It just keeps you barely above water, but somewhat respectable. Here we go. White Sox Mariners under 7 tonight, 8 Eastern time. All right, Kirk, let's take a look over at Pick Dog for tonight's action. Of course, 15 games on the board for Major League Baseball, starting in about 15 minutes. What you got going over at the site?
Yeah, I actually love tonight's slate. I think it's the most plays I've had in a month. I have a 5-pack up for the MLB, so if you want to go rolling into the weekend with some dough, hop on that 5-pack. I also got my favorite play up for the day up for sale as well, so if you want that. And yeah, it's Christmas in July, as the Al and Jay said. Make sure to hop on that yearly package, as it's only going to be discounted for another 4 to 5 days. So yeah,
take advantage of Christmas in July. It's only up until the 1st of August. Back to regular prices, so Go ahead and get on board. And remember that promo code Pick and Checkout will save you that 15% off. Right, Kirk, as always, we're having a show. We'll catch up with you again next week, but we can always catch up with you here with your video series, with your MLB totals, and you and Gordon locking heads for the soccer.
Yeah, definitely. MLB totals have actually been pretty good all week, 5-2 on those. So got 2 up for tonight. So if you want to check those out. And yeah, soccer's around the corner, just like football's around the corner, but soccer's starting mid to early August, honestly, some of these leagues. So I'll be having videos with Goran up on the site in probably 2-3 weeks, which is crazy because the Euros and Copa literally just ended.
Yeah. There's a reason why they pay these guys as much as they do, because they're pretty much on the field. There's very little vacation time, off time for these soccer folks. But indeed, we're getting right back into the big leagues in soccer in the middle of August. And some of them will be starting their friendlies, and we'll start seeing them out here in the United States pretty soon. So. Not too long.
Yeah. No, I saw that Man City lost to Celtic in North Carolina about 2-3 days ago. So they're already out here. I mean, all the players that played in the Euros and Copa didn't play, but Holland, Jack Grealish were there for City. So they did have some guys, but they did lose. So not a good start for them.
Nope, not at all. All right, Kirk, have a great night. We'll catch up with you next week.
Sounds good. Thank you. Have a good one.
As well. Kirk Stuart here on the drive through. Let's continue on here on the show, guys. Just flash that chat pick of the day: Yankees and Red Sox. Got a couple now on the Yankees, 2-1. We do have one over, so keep these picks coming in. We'll recap at the end of the show. All right, let's continue here on the drive through. Jovan is up next. You know where to find Jovan here at Pick Dog Stream. We'll talk about his video series as well. So let's bring in Jovan Burts, coverage here from Major League Baseball. It's all baseball today, guys. Here's Jovan. Jovan, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, Tony? How are you?
Doing great. All right, here we go. Nationals and Cardinals head-to-head here. The Cardinals $1.57 with a total of 7.5.
Yeah, and I'm on the over in this one now. Both of these teams, they're not hitting the ball well and only produced 3 runs in each of their last series. On the surface, you might think under in this spot, but nah, not with these 2 pitchers pitching in their form. Mackenzie Gore, he's been getting lit up. 8.10 ERA in his last 5 starts, consistently giving up 4 to 5, 6 runs per start. There was one start where he gave up 1 run in about 5+ innings, but other than that, it's been 3, 4, 5, runs per start. On the other end, you got Sonny Gray. He's an innings eater. I'll give him that, but he hasn't looked that well in his last several starts. 5.10 ERA in his last 5, and the last 4 is really where he's been getting hit hard. 6, 5, 3, 4 runs per start. So looking at these two pitchers, I think they both give it up. You know, the both these batting lineups, they're probably kind of thirsty. By not scoring that much in their last series. So they got the pitchers to do it. Because if you get to these bullpens have been kind of shutting teams down as well. Well, they've been pitching well, So I think both these lineups are going to want to make hay, during when these starters are on the mound. Now I'll give it a Sonny Gray. He has a reputation over his career of being one of the better pitchers in this league, but I just don't like the way he's been pitching, and I faded him a couple different times to success. So, when he was a big money line favorite. So, just looking at the way these certain pitchers are pitching, Mackenzie Gore, he's a young, flamethrower, but with him, I think he's running out of gas. So, it's just one of those situations where I think both of these starters are going to get pounded.
All right, we got Jovan here on Nationals Cardinals over a total of 7.5. Yeah, Gray's been pounded with 19 runs in 23 innings. It's not pretty good. And of course, this Nationals team, they showed the ability to put runs up on the board. That's usually when when they're these big dogs. That's usually how they do it. They win these big shootouts.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm hoping that we see that in this game, and that's for damn sure. Didn't see it last series. They got swept out by San Diego. So hopefully they were saving some runs for this particular series and matchup.
That's right. All right, Jovan here on Nationals and Cardinals over 7.5 tonight, 8:15 Eastern Time. All right, Jovan, let's take a look over at Pick Doctor for tonight. Still 15 games on the board. Of course, flashing that NFL mark, right? We're not too far away from preseason next week. Christmas in July. What's going on over at the site?
Yeah, I got a 5-pack in MLB today. For some reason I like this slate of games on this Friday night. Been slowly turning it up on Major League Baseball. Having successful days, looking to make it a successful Friday going into the weekend. And of course we're less than a week away from preseason NFL. Can't wait for that. Yeah, matching one of the other handicaps for the 2-4 and cap promotional. Jump on certain long-term 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, yearly. We already know what it is. Christmas in July. It's only a few days left for that. And last 2 years combined, I'm the number one NFL handicapper on the website. Had an off season last year with college football, but prior to that, I'm a mainstay on the leaderboards in college football. So this is a revenge season for me. This is a revenge tour. I'm gonna light it up. I see some weaknesses in the game, and I'm gonna take advantage. That's for damn sure. So, no matter what sport it is, college basketball coming up, NBA coming up. Then turn it over back into the spring with Major League Baseball. You're gonna want to be on board, so for the next year. So, check me out on the Christmas in July special. It's only gonna be here for several more days, and once it's August, then it's gone. So can't go wrong here. Sports Chat, play some pick dogs. Let's get it.
Let's get it, guys. Got about Jovan Burts over at Pick Doctor. You see the great results in football, NFL from Jovan. Christmas, July, that 1-year pass is greatly reduced here. All of Jovan's premium plays for all the sports he handicaps, the entire NFL, college football, NBA, college basketball, the end of this season, start of next season, MLB. Use the promo code PICK, save that 15% off. You'll also include about maybe 3 or 4 NHL picks from Jovan as well on that 1-year all sports pass. All right, Jovan, as always. But they win. He has a good record there, by the way, right? So,
right. Hey, gotta pick your spots.
Absolutely. All right.
Hey, you might see me with about let's say 30 to 40 NHL picks this year. If I go 75% like I did with my 4 picks this year, then we're cooking with some gas.
Yeah, certainly are. Hey, don't forget WNBA as well in there as well. Begins in about another month after the break. All right, Jovan.
Right. Well, but when that comes back, you won't see me there because we'll be at full throttle with our preseason football.
That's
And
right.
no, there's no use for that sport right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, we need you now, not later. Right?
Right.
That's right. All right. So there you go with Jovan. Guys, use the promo code PICK, save 15% off. All right, Jovan, what you got stuff going on over at the site. We catch you on the weekend shows as well as your video series.
Yeah, absolutely. Got another video series out for tonight. Got a 2-teamer, so check that out if you haven't already. And per usual, Saturday morning and Sunday morning, I'm on the morning show with the guys. And then right back here on the drive-through on Monday.
That's right. Drive through on Monday. Back with Jovan. Catch him on the weekend. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. When Jovan drops those videos, you get them right away. All right, Jovan, have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you Monday.
Absolutely. Have a great weekend. Have a great Friday. Win, and see you on Monday.
We'll see you on Monday. Jovan Burts here on the drive through. Let's continue here on the show. Chat pick today, Yankees and Red Sox. Looks like on this one we're even at 2 on each side, 1 to the over. Keep the picks coming in. We're tracking them throughout the show. All right, up next, we got Brian Bitler here. Catch him over at Pick Dogs. Brian, what's going on?
Tell you what, great to be with you here on a Friday night. Hopefully I'm starting to heat up. Had 4 straight winning days, so I want to carry that through the weekend and into August.
Well, you pick the game. We usually go square dancing, but there's no square dancing here. Minus 105 each side here. Reds and Rays head-to-head, total 7.5.
Yeah, for my drive-through play, I'm looking at those Cincinnati Reds visiting the Tampa Bay Rays. Now, we should have, I think, a ton of betting interest here in Tampa Bay, who are off that blowout road win, 13-0 at Toronto. But first game at home off a 7-game road trip with no rest in between, facing a Reds team that I think starting to heat up, 2 straight wins, and they were off yesterday. You got Nick Lodolo on the mound for the Reds, and he's been the far better starting arm. He comes in with an ultra-low whip of 1.12. Lodolo, not as spectacular, but he's been a consistent winner all season long. Shane Baz here for Tampa Bay. This pitcher definitely can't eat innings. It's rare that he goes more than 5. And he's been hit hard in the vast majority of his work. Reds, though, lost 2 or 3 earlier this year. I think it's revenge time. I think the Reds go into Tampa Bay, pay him back. Tampa Bay selling off some of their key players. Maybe they're a little bit down on this one. I like the Reds at this price of minus 105.
All right, Brian says go Reds here, minus 105. I suppose do your line shopping and get the best numbers. Of course, the Reds are going to have to go into a tough place for some teams to play in is Tampa Bay. And, of course, they've kind of gotten things right at home of late, winning 9 of 13. But the Reds are one of those streaky teams. They get hot, man. They usually go on streaks.
Yeah, it's not like I'm not going to play Tampa Bay the rest of the year, but, I'm surprised that they sold off a little bit, because the Rays are a team that gets it done at home. They're a second-half team. But here I just think that Lodolo is a big-time pitching advantage here for the Cincinnati Reds. I think if he can go 6-7 innings, I think Cincinnati should be able to walk one off here with a W.
There you go. Here, Brian, here on the Reds here. About $1.05 each side tonight, 6:50 Eastern Time. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Print for tonight's action. Baseball and more baseball. 15-game card, Major League Baseball, about a few minutes away from starting. Of course, Brian, a great year for 2024. What do you have going over at the site?
I tell you what, I think Jovan's right. Tonight is a very strong card. I got 3 plays in total. One is in the CFL. I'm on 4 straight winning days, but my best bet's always my titanium play. 5-0 last 5, 136, 101-1. 57.3% last 238. You can get that titanium over at pickdogs.com, just $25. And also at Christmas in July, like everybody's been saying, now's the time to get on board. $1,000 gets you my year pass, but you use code PICK at checkout, you're going to get another 15%. Also $850 for a year. Just days left to take advantage. We got college football and NFL, which I excel at, with college basketball on deck soon. So definitely want to take advantage at pickdogs.com.
Absolutely, guys. Christmas in July. Take full advantage of it with that 1-year all sports pass and use the promo code PICK at checkout. Save that 15% off. All right, Brian, it's always great having you show. Have a great night. Catch up with you again on Monday on the drive-thru. But you got stuff going on over at the Pick Dogs YouTube channel. We got your sharp contrarian plays and, of course, your appearances on the weekend.
And make sure you check out my sharp betting contrarian predictions at the Pick Dogs YouTube channel every single day. I'm going to try to get in for both Saturday and Sunday, but At the very least, I'll be there Sunday arguing with the guys on the plays. Maybe talk some football coming up. Who knows what'll go down there on the morning show on the weekends.
That's right. Keep an eye there. Like, subscribe, set notifications, so when Brian drops that contrarian angle video, you get these plays. All right, Brian, have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you Monday.
Thanks for having me, Tony, and make sure you say hi to my good friend Kevin Thomas on deck next. But I'll catch you on Monday, and hopefully I'll be streaking by then.
That's right. Brian Bitler here on The Drive. We'll continue here on the show. Bring Kevin just a second. Here's the pick of the day. It's all tied 2-2 on each side. 2 to the over as well. The Yankees and Red Sox keep these picks coming. And Thomas up next. Find him at Pick Dog Stream. Also produce a video series here on the channel as well. We'll bring Kevin in right now with more coverage here from Major League Baseball here on The Drive-Thru for Friday. Kevin, what's happening?
Hey, Tony, how you been?
Doing great. All right, baseball here on the board here is we're going to be looking at a matchup tonight involving the Mets and Braves. They had a pretty good one last night, and we'll get the card up here for you right now. We'll take a look at the latest odds in this game. Mets favored $1.27. The total sits at 7.5.
Yeah, we're looking at this total, Tony. I think it's way too low. I know the Mets are excited. They got Cody Senya back. He hasn't pitched forever, and last year that stud, he was averaging about 10 strikeouts a game. I do expect him to go 80 pitches here at least. I mean, that was his final rehab. He hit 79 pitches. That's what they were looking for. I don't think they were looking for the outcome they got, though. When he first started at Double-A for the Conies, he was lights out. But then when he stepped up to Triple-A, I mean, his last game, he went 3 innings, and he went 79 pitches, giving up 8 hits, 5 earned runs, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout. That's kind of scary. And, now he's at the big league level, and he's playing a hungry Atlanta Braves team that needs to get the bats going. I know a lot of people think all these injuries and stuff, but, man, they still got Ozma. They got Riley. They got Olsen. They got guys that can hit long balls. They got guys that can play this game. And that wild card is now stuffed. You got the Braves, the Mets, and San Diego, 1, 2, and 3 for the wild card. And if the Mets win this one, they will jump the Braves in the NL East. Plus, they'll take that number 1 wild card spot. If I had to pick here, I would take the Mets on the money just because, not because it's Cody Senya, but on the other side, we have Charlie Morton. And I don't know if you've been following him, but his road starts have been not so great, especially his last 4. He's given up 4 earned runs average in each of those last 4 starts. So I'm willing to fade Charlie. The only thing about Cody is everything's off his fastball. We all know he has that the ghost splitter that no one can hit. But it all starts with the 95.7-mile fastball. And his last rehab start, he was maxing out at 94.1. If he's going to be throwing 94 to some of these Atlanta hitters, this ball is going to leave the park in a hurry. But I think it's going to go both ways. I think we're going to see I know it went 10 innings yesterday, so there might be some tired arms. I know the Braves only had to use 3 pitchers. Chris Sale must be kicking himself in the head behind these players' backs because a couple of errors on base running cost them that game. And, I mean, they out-hit the Mets. And I expect nothing but a great offensive game here today. I know these pitchers, Charlie Morton's been around and he's a stud back in the day. And, Cody is one of the up-and-comers, even though he's 31. But still, anyone not playing this long and then coming off a rehab. I mean, we saw Kershaw, 4 innings. So I don't see a long day for the Mets, but I see a lot of runs on both sides. So we'll take that over 7.5. Sprinkle a little bit on the -127. And I saw the strikeout props for Cody was set at 5.5, which seems really low. So I'm pretty sure you can get plus money on the under. I think maybe 5 is where he tops out here, especially if that fastball isn't hitting 95.7. If it's down to 94, it's going to be a long day for the Mets. I still think they can win. I like their bullpen. I like Diaz closing. So let's take the over 7.5.
All right, there we go. Over 7.5 here. Braves, Mets, Senga back on the hill for this Mets team. Had a pretty good year after 29 starts. Yeah, but always the concern here. I know there's people out there with the rule, never bet on a pitcher coming off an injury. Do you kind of buy that rule?
I do, but I picked him up in fantasy about 2 months ago knowing he was going to be coming back. And, it's all about strikeouts. And I don't need to start him today. I'm so far ahead, but I'm going to start him anyway just to rub some more points in. I just think 5.5. I think maybe he gets 5. Maybe he goes 4.1, 5 innings, gets to 5 Ks, about 80 pitches, and I think they pull him. I think, no need. I mean, they want to win this game, but they're like, it's so funny. Like when you read about all these guys like Mike Trout, Williams for Brewers, all these guys are coming back now. Now it's the push, or now it's getting trade time. And like, I love Brian's Reds play. Just the fact that the Rays, trade away a couple guys. Those guys, they know each other. They had partied together. Those guys are a little depressed right now. I think the Reds go down there. I'm actually, as soon as we get off here, I'm going to put a little bit of money on those Reds. I love it.
All right, Kevin here, Mets, Braves, over 7. I'm also liking the Reds as well tonight, 7 Eastern time. All right, Kevin, let's take a look over at Pick.com for tonight's action. The games beginning here, a few have begun, so we still have at least 13 games on the board for Major League Baseball. What do you have going over the site?
I have 3 MLB picks. I have a 3-pack in MLB going tonight. The Christmas in July, mine's 99999. So jump on that because WNBA starts back in August. I'm leading the way there. College football is one of my better sports, plus NFL. For some reason, though, this year at baseball, it just seems like I don't want to say the squares. I just want to say like a lot of the favorites are cashing, and it's tough to get a beat on it. But I think now this time of the year, when after July 30th, once the trades are done and these guys all start playing, I'm excited. 2 of my biggest favorite teams are the Phillies and the Orioles, and both of them are making moves. It would be huge to see those 2 in the World Series together. But I'm doing the Pick Dogs YouTube channel every night. Make sure to check out my video. Been doing all MLB right now at WNBA on the Olympics right now, so they won't be back till August. And tomorrow I signed up for the roundtable show. We'll see how I do over there. I know it's a quick pace and trying to read everything and do everything. It's gonna be fun.
It will be fun, guys. So check out board with Kevin Thomas. Christmas in July covers every sport, the 1-year pass, every sport that Kevin handicaps. Use the promo pick at checkout, save that 15% off. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe and get those notifications when Kevin drops these videos. All right, Kevin, as always, great having a show. Have a great night, and we'll catch up with you next week.
Thank you, Tony. Have a nice weekend.
You as well. Kevin Thomas here on the drive to continue. Cleveland pushes one across on Christopher Sanchez. 1-0. 2 outs here. 2-out hit. Runner on first here for this Guardians team. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. Up next, Rod Zawacky. Catch him over at Pick.com. He's always been good to us here on the show. We'll bring Rod in right now. The baseball coverage here on the drive-thru. Let's see. We got him ready to roll here in just a second here. Let's see. Ready to go with Rod. Rod, what's happening?
Not too much, Tony. Getting ready for the weekend action. I'm excited. Let's get it. Let's get some money. Put some money in these nice, fine folks. Build our pocket with cash to start the weekend. Love today's card. As a couple guys before me have said. I've been taking a light the last couple days, not today. I got 5 plays today. Love today's action. Let's get another one.
Big card. Get another one here. Attack this one. Rangers and Blue Jays head-to-head here. Blue Jays $1.16, total of 8.
Yeah, and you look almost a coin flip price at this one. And who's getting the start for the Rangers? Heaney's getting the start for the Rangers in this one. And you look, Heaney has been pretty good over his last few starts. 1-1 with a 1.17 ERA over his last 3. So definitely picked up his play. 15 innings, 1.1 whip. Well, on the other side of the bump for the Blue Jays, you say Kikuchi, and I say trash can. He's been absolutely awful over his last 7 games. 1 win in those 7 games. You look at his last 3, 0-1 with a 6.88 ERA. So for me in this one, I think this Rangers offense, which when you look at the last 5 between these 2 teams, Texas batting .265, Jays .209. We've seen the Jays struggle at times this season to accumulate some offense. But when it comes to pitching in the bullpen, the Jays have been the worst. 6.37 ERA is their bullpen over the last 10, even starting pitching. 6 ERA over the last 10. Rangers have been dominant over the Jays. You look, they've won 6 straight, 7 of the last 8 head-to-head. They've beat the Blue Jays. Jays have failed to cover the run line as a favorite in 11 straight games there, Tony. So definitely not covering the run line here. Rangers, you look, they've won 10 straight ball games against the AL East. Opponents following a home win. Only one way to go here. Giving us plus price. Give me the Texas Rangers in this one.
Yeah, I know, hard to argue that one. Rangers have been a team that's surging here, winning 12 of the past 16. Doesn't win when you got it, but you want 12 of 16. And of course, Toronto has just been at home incredible. Lost 13 of their past 18 at home. And this is the thing that really, I mean, with this lineup and the hitting stars they have, to have a minus 50 run differential at home is just mind-boggling.
Right? Minus 50 run differential is absolutely mind-boggling with the amount of talent the Blue Jays have on this lineup, and they're just not hitting. It's just so inconsistent. They haven't all clumped together and started to hit well. Like we said last time, Vladdy Guerrero, he was hitting well. He's been solid. But then you look Springer. Springer was awful to start the season. He's picked it up a little bit, but so many guys that are just slumping. Kiermaier, we now see that he's just finishing out the season. He's retiring when the season's done. So it is what it is. And then Bo Bichette, well, he's been injury prone with that knee. Definitely it's caused him to be out of the lineup again with the knee issue. And yes, it's lived up to what the big numbers have said for Bo Bichette. As I've said a few times, maybe not in this show. I call him Boba Shit because he's Boba Shit. I have no faith. His dad's way better than him by far.
Oh, he was a home run, just a home run blast. He was kind of a Dave Kingman type. Low average.
Dante Bichette was beat.
Low average, but a lot of homers and a lot of RBIs.
A lot of homers, man. Lots of homers. I'm watching him hit the ball out the park in Edmonton for the Edmonton Trappers. Definitely was nice to see as a kid growing up.
The Angels. That was the Angels.
That's the Angels. Yeah, the Angels Farm Club. Yeah, was Dante Bichette. I remember watching him crush the ball out of the park on more than one occasion. Might have an autograph all over there with Dante Bichette on it as well.
There you go. But the father goes Bichette. Rod says has another name for the son. All right, here we go, Rod.
Yep.
Here we go, Rod. Of course, we got to get the CFL tonight. CFL tonight. We got Calgary and Ottawa head-to-head. Still holding one here for Calgary on the road. Total about 40. We're seeing 48s pop up.
Yeah, 48's popped up. It come down a little bit, so I kind of lean to an under there. But got to go with Calgary. Calgary's surging, playing some great football. And this Ottawa team, sure, congratulations. You beat the Elks on a couple there. But Calgary's hot coming into this one. I got to go with the Stampeders to come into Ottawa and scoop up a win. They got the nice upset win last time out. I think Calgary can continue to roll. The Stampeders. This comes from an Edmonton fan. And got to go with Calgary.
There you go, the bonus there from Rod. All right, Rod, we're hitting the witching hour. Let's take a look over at Pink Dog Print for nice action. About 12 games left on the board for Major League Baseball. Christmas in July, what's going over at the site?
And over the site tonight, it's Friday, so it's Steak Friday. It's Tomahawk Steak Friday. I've got 5 plays I absolutely love. In that pack includes my 10-star play of the day. My 10-star play of the day you can scoop up singly. 25-19, crushed it with the Mets yesterday. Looking to continue heading into the weekend with that. Or the best way to go is grab my year pass, get all the plays I got from now until this time next season. You know what I've done in football over the last few seasons, so that pass will pay for itself in no time. Join me for a year pass. Don't forget that pick at checkout. Save 15% off, and as Brian said, it's about $850 for a whole season. Get every play that I've got going, so jump aboard and join me. As you see, NFL and college football has been money, and I'm looking forward to it. We've already been deep diving into the football. I can't wait.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Rod Zawacky. Christmas in July. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. Additional 15% off the reduced price. All right, Rod. Any bonus for tonight?
Yeah, bonus tonight. I like Jeremy Pena to crush a home run for the Astros. He's hit two home runs in his last 5 games. And I think he hits another one. I actually bet this early this morning at plus 900. It's now come down a little bit. So some people think that he's going to crush a home run as well. He's now plus 750, but still, that's a nice plus price. We got the last one with Vladdy crushing it out the park. Like I said, he was hot, and he got it for us. So that's twice this week. So let's make it 3. I think Jeremy Pena to get a home run for us for the Astros.
There you go from Rod Zawacky. All right, Rod, you on the weekends this weekend?
Yeah, I'll be on the weekend shows. You know me.
Right.
I'm excited to be back on the weekend shows regularly. It's back in the deep dive. I'll be there every weekend going forward. I'll miss one later in August just because we've got some stuff going on, but I might be able to squeeze in that Saturday. Nothing going on, so I'll probably be able to squeeze in one later in the end of August. But you know me, I'll be there the weekend. Love arguing and discussing the weekend shows. Always good time I had by all over there at the weekend shows.
Awesome. All right, Rod, have yourself a great night. We'll catch up with you next week.
You as well, Tony. Good luck with your bets tonight. Good luck, Pick Dogs fam. Get it. Get that money. Put it in our pockets. Catch you guys tomorrow morning.
You got it. Rod Zawacky here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue here on the show, guys. Chat pick of the day is Yankees and Red Sox starting momentarily. It's 3 on the Yankees, 2 on the Red Sox, 2 going over. Keep these picks coming in. It's chat pick of the day. Dana Lane up next. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Dana in right now. More baseball coverage here on the board. I think we'll be set to roll here in just a second. Dana, what's happening?
Hey, Tony. The line of the day has to be you say Kikuchi, I say trash can.
Yeah,
did I get that right?
Yeah, I think
the line of the day.
The close second was what they called Bichette, but that's a close. I would think.
Yes, close second. Yeah.
That was a close second. All right, here we go.
And that applies to a lot of players, by the way.
That's true. That is true.
Line of the day.
No doubt about that. All right, we're going to get Pirates Diamondbacks in a minute. We're hitting the witching hour, Dana, so let everybody know what you got going on the site. And we're getting ready for football season, man. Dana had a monster football NFL campaign. Christmas in July. What's happened over at the site?
Yeah, I spent a lot of time over the last 2 weeks making sure that we duplicate that again this year. College and pro football, of course, right around the corner. Preseason starts within the week. Very excited about that. Even have our preseason package already up there. $199 gives you every play that I release in the NFL preseason this year. And if you were on board last year, I expect everybody to come back again this year. And tonight we got 3 baseball games, 2 about ready to go off. So we got that 3-pack in Major League Baseball. And I am very excited to have something else besides baseball to look at.
Very good, guys. So get on board with Dana Lane. Christmas, July, big reductions off the 1-year all sports pass. Use the promo code PICKIT. Check out additional 15% off. So get on board. All right, Dana, back to the game. Tonight, Pirates and Diamondbacks. Interesting matchup here. Diamondbacks laying $1.65, a total of 8.
Now, this is a real sticky situation for the Pirates right now because if you've been following the Pirates for any length of time, you know they want to be interesting enough for people to come out to the park, but they don't really want to go out and spend a lot of money to go deep into the postseason or, by the way, even make the postseason. And they're in a weird spot right now because it's right before the deadline, and they have a ton of good teams coming up on the schedule. In fact, they're going to play the Diamondbacks twice over the next 3 series. They got the Dodgers coming up, the Padres coming up. I mean, it is a critical time for the Pirates, so it's going to be very interesting to see what Robert Nutting does for Pittsburgh. They made a small deal today, freeing up some cash with the Chicago Cubs. I assume that they're going to apply that to any trade that they make. That's Pittsburgh Pirate baseball out there. Let's go get some cash so we don't have to spend our own. But they are 1.5 games out of the wild card at this time. They're 7 games behind the Milwaukee Brewers. They've had luck in Milwaukee this season, which makes a lot of Pirates fans think, we're not out of this division just yet either. 7 games could be made up in a long time. You can ask the Seattle Mariners about that, or a quick time. We know tonight that Brian Reynolds is going to be out of the lineup. He's on bereavement leave. He will not be back in the lineup until at least Sunday. And that does, for a lot of people, should make them think that leaves a massive hole in a Pirates lineup that's had a lot of problems scoring runs this year. But this also opens up an opportunity for a guy like Jovan Burts, who just got called up from Indianapolis, to take that spot. And he is absolutely on fire at AAA. And hopefully he's going to kind of pull a Nick Gonzalez, because when they pulled Nick Gonzalez up, I mean, he was not a great major league player. I mean, he wasn't a major league player in his first couple times around in the Pirates uniform, but now he's been absolutely established at second base. He's been very good for the Pirates and for that lineup, and especially defensively. So maybe Jovan Burts can come in as well. So I'm not going to say automatically, hey, look, Brian Reynolds, the heart and soul of that lineup, is out of the lineup, so the Pirates are automatically not going to score runs. They've done plenty of that with Reynolds in the lineup, but there are guys that are emerging. We've seen Rowdy Tellez emerging over the last month and a half, which is good for him because he's a good guy. Just a really bad start for him. Connor Joe has been pretty consistent for most of the season, but of course they need guys like O'Neill Cruz to step up, which he has done. But he needs to hit for a little bit more power. They certainly need to make up, at least in this game, and maybe tomorrow's game, or definitely tomorrow's game against Arizona as well. So there's guys in the lineup that need to step up, and Brian Reynolds' absence. And how many times, Tony, and you brought it up a little bit earlier, which I 100% agree on, and it's kind of the flip side of that when you said, well, you go against pitchers that are coming back off of injuries. The bigger the name, the more you go against them. And I've had that belief for a very long time because I've seen it not just in baseball, but in other sports as well. I mean, we see it in the NHL. The quality goaltender comes back and everybody jumps on him, and he's a little rusty for 1 or 2 games. The opposite is true as well. I mean, a lot of times you see a big name player out of the lineup and then offenses absolutely explode. And the reason is because now everybody is on a bigger pedestal. They have more of an opportunity to kind of put the spotlight on them, and they take advantage of it at least for 1 or 2 games. And then, the big hole starts to open wider as it goes further on. But at least for tonight, I like the over. I like the move that the Diamondbacks made today, going out and getting A.J. Puck, left-handed reliever, which they needed desperately. That's going to help them. But I like this game to go over the total tonight.
All right, Dana, here on the over, Pittsburgh and Arizona over the total. We're going to see what this Diamondback bullpen has been troubling at times, holding leads, blowing saves. There's a rumbling. That's why they made the move. They had to make a move in that bullpen. They're hoping for that. They're going to need that magic they got last August, September, and October. They're looking for that. I don't know if they can replicate it, but the bullpen has kind of struggled. Interesting to note that if you bet the Pirates on the road all season, they return almost 4 units this year and have a +9 run differential.
Oh, hey, listen, that's exactly right. I mean, this, especially late. I mean, look, they went into Milwaukee. They took 2 out of 3. Of course, they swept the Chicago White Sox right before the All-Star break. A series you would have to go in and sweep, and that brought them to the 500 mark. But this Pirate team is fun to watch. I mean, it is only recently that they hit the 500 mark. But I'm telling you, Tony, all season long, they've been fun to watch, and their starting pitching has been fun to watch. And now they're starting to have some injuries to that starting pitching. We saw Jared Jones is out, and Marco Gonzalez was out for a long time. Martin Perez just came back. So they have had some difficulties to overcome. Unfortunately for them, they would be in a much better spot if they can put up a little bit more offense. I mean, he would kill rallies, and of course that affected O'Neill Cruz a lot too. I have this love-hate relationship with O'Neill, and every time I start to say I don't need that at shortstop, and this offense doesn't overcome what I see defensively, and then he shoots one into the Allegheny, and then I love him all again. So yeah, and talking about that bullpen too, even specifically at home, we've seen the Diamondbacks bullpen implode. Yeah. And look, you got some good names in that Pirate bullpen too, but a lot of implosion has happened there as well. So I think both teams. I think Zach Gallen's going to get hit a little bit tonight, which he has in his last couple 2 to 3 starts, and I think you're going to see probably around 6 runs from the starters allowed, and those bullpens. I mean, you bring in Chapman and anything can happen. So that 8.5 doesn't scare me at all, even without Reynolds in the lineup.
There you go, Dana here on Pittsburgh, Arizona over a total of 8 runs. You found out what he's got over at Pick Dogs, and of course, Dana also over at the Pick Dog YouTube channel. You got a video series going on.
Yep, every day we have the Against the Public video series that goes up. We try to kind of dive into those early numbers and see which way the public is going, see if we can find some numbers that might benefit it. We don't always go against the public because, as we know, Tony, in baseball and any money line sport, the public is right more than they're wrong. And that does make it a little bit difficult. But once the point spread seasons start to come, then we'll be going against the public quite a bit. So please check that out. Thank you to everybody that does on a daily basis, and hit that like and subscribe button.
Like, subscribe. Dana's Against the Public betting here on video series here on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel. All right, Danny, have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All the best to you, Tony. Thank you.
You as well. Dan Lane here on the Drive. Let's continue here on the Drive. So, guys, chat pick of the day. We're running out of time here. Yankees and Red Sox about to start in about a few minutes here. Tied it, locked up at 3. So we need some more picks here. The Red Sox, B, A for the Yankees, C over, D under. We do have 2 going over. All right, let's continue on. Let's get to the. We're going to get to the recap, and then we'll get my pick in there, kind of duplicating what I did yesterday. So let's go ahead and bring up the recap for you guys. The recap, we have Big Al McMordie on the Phillies. Jay was on the Dodgers plus 110. White Sox, Mariners under 7 from Kirk. Jovan like National Cardinals over 7.5. Reds minus 103 for Brian. Mets, Braves over 7.5 from Kevin. Rangers plus 108 from Rod. Dana here on Pitt and Arizona over 8. I'll be on Athletics here at plus the 103. One I like the most, I like that Rod's pick here with the Rangers here at the plus price. All right, guys, keep these chat picks coming in. We're about to close it out here momentarily. It looks like we got another B in here right now. And we're going to get to my pick here. You guys know I like the Athletics here tonight. Again, we're going to come back here with this Oakland A's team. And let me get that game up here. Angels and Athletics. Angels now the favorite here, minus 105. Blackburn coming back in there. That's a tricky spot, right? But I'm getting the A's here. I'm getting Athletics here at an underdog price. It may not go deep in this game. But the situation here is Oakland's bats, right, hitting almost over their past 10 games, hitting about 300, putting 7.7 runs a game. Angels over that period, 225. Their bullpen at home, an ERA of 4.38. The Angels at home, a minus 48 run differential. The A's, although a dog here in this game, but I'm going to go ahead and take the Oakland in this spot at that plus price. Just no confidence in this Angels team at home. They've not played well. All right, guys, check out Pick Dodge Premium over there. Best bet on the board right now, also a 3-pack. Christmas in July, I've taken $300 off my 1-year all sports pass. All of my premium plays for that period of time in the 1 year. You can also apply the pick at checkout, so that's another $150. So $450 off my 1-year all sports pass when you use that promo code. So great value right now. And so go ahead and get on board. All right, let's take a look here at the chat pick of the day. We're about to close it out here. It is going to be on, we've already run out of time for the chat pick, so it's going to be here on the Red Sox. Red Sox are your chat pick of the day for tonight. 4 on the Red Sox, 3 for the Yanks, 2 going over, 1 going under. Chat pick of the day is now closed. So now you guys can go ahead and put in your show picks, and we'll read them off at the end of the show. All right, that's going to do it here for this edition here of the Drive-Thru, guys. Make sure you guys tune in again on Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring our cappers from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. We've got our place for you in real time. Remember to always get started with that morning show during the weekend, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Jay hosting. A lot of the cappers from the Drive-Thru will be there. I'll be there on Saturday, so you guys can tune in. And remember, the video series, great video series here on the channel. Mitch's 7 Picks in 5 minutes. His betting tools show, roundtables with cappers and the professionals. Mitch also with that first 5 up there as well. And of course, Jay, he hosts the shows right here in the morning show with Jay and Chris. Also, we've got a video series from Dana Lane against the public betting. We've got pick from Kevin as well up there. Jovan with his parlay shorts. Kirk with his totals from MLB, as well as his soccer videos with Goran. These guys, Ron Romanelli with his Major League Baseball breakdown. Boxing with Wayne. Sharp trading plays with Costi. And we also want many more here on the channel, guys, so make sure you like, subscribe. Oh, don't forget the NASCAR with Joey Tron. He also has a NASCAR video for you guys here on the channel. So make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications. Be notified when we drop these videos. All right, let's get our chat picks today. Fernando likes, and like what he likes here, Liverpool money line and under 4.5 as they go up against Real Betis. Also, we've got here Ramon likes the Mets Braves over. Let's see what else we have. Seattle game under here from Blake. Seattle and Chicago White Sox. Let's see here. All right, see what else we have. Mets money line from Justin 1890. We told Rod with his Jeremy Pena home run plus 750. Lando 86, over 8.5 stolen bases, Altuve. Reds from Alonso Garza. Reds from Bryant C. A lot of Schwarber up there. All right, I think this is your last call. All right, that's going to do it. We got it all set, and I'll do it for the weekend here on the drive-thru. So let's go ahead and bring in our crew from tonight. Wait, goodbye.